Northern Pacific Airways aims to be one of the newest long-haul carriers to launch. Since we were first introduced to it, a lot has changed. The carrier has ultimately struggled to launch its operations ideally how it would have liked, which would have seen it fly from the United States using Anchorage as a layover/hub point through to secondary locations in Asia from Osaka to Nagoya. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, these plans were considerably shifted as the airline needed to obtain a certificate to operate with its own aircraft, and naturally this will take time for a new airline. With already 757s acquired, of course them being quite old now, the airline's focus moved to how to start operations sooner on a market that has enough demand, while continuing to work on facilities at Ted Stevens Anchorage and more, preparing for that Asian launch. Well, that's where we lie today, with the latest updates on the airline, beginning with the critical focus on their most recent demonstration tour, where they took a singular 757-200 on tour, resulting in some pretty important updates for just what's next at the airline. A 4-city, multi-state demonstration tour took the plane to Hawaii, the Northern Mariana Islands, and back to Anchorage. With its initial departure out of California, the point of this journey was to let people get to know Northern Pacific, as well as communicate with tourism officials and more, to better explore potential partnerships with the airline. One that has been incredibly important has been their most recent visit to the Northern Mariana Islands, where Northern Mariana Airways was seemingly born. Now, the goal will be to begin services out of the said location from 2023, with potential routes to Australia, Korea, and Japan. Mariana's Southern Airways is working closely with Northern Pacific, intending to launch at the beginning of next year, or at least in Q1. They want to make this a local airline, have connections in the Asia-Pacific market, something they're yet to have directly, with Sydney and Brisbane both touted as initial destinations in Australia, with multiple flights per week utilising the 757-200 equipment. Brilliant today stands true as one of the better ways to increase your knowledge on math, science, and also computer science interactively. Thanks to hands-on learning, you can retain information far easier than through a 400-page textbook. With thousands of lessons already in place, including computer science, you'll be hard-pressed to find something that may not be of use to you. I've always liked the interface on Brilliant as shown on screen now. The modules intertwined with the lessons make learning actually fun. Using Brilliant has aided in many fields, but generally understanding the process and science behind problems is honestly the first step into eventually solving them. There's never been a better time, and you can get started for free by visiting brilliant.org/DJs Aviation or clicking the link in the description. The first 200 of you will get a staggering 20% off the annual premium membership. The partnership with Northern Mariana Islands has been many years in the making, with the location eyeing an international airline for some time. Finally, through the partnership with Northern Pacific, it can indeed be possible. 2 aircraft out of Northern Pacific Airways' current portfolio will be dedicated to the operations, as NPA awaits clearance to fly on its initial routes. Mexico had also been previously listed as a location where Northern Pacific may intend to fly out of Ontario, but if this commitment goes all according to plan with the Northern Mariana Islands, well, then they would likely not fly to Mexico and focus on this area initially. It wouldn't be hard to really get the general idea that Northern Pacific has had a bit of an identity crisis. Though not their fault, they're in a unique situation that has negatively impacted their business model. Rather than, say, completely shut up shop, they've proactively sought ways to launch their operations, and it has allowed them to remain occupied and hopefully establish connections in the industry, roll in some cash and more, rather than have the 757s continue to sit inactively in Ontario, of course for warm weather storage. Rob McWeeney, the CEO, said, "What makes this aircraft unique is that it has one of the longest stage links that has been made in the class of aircraft. It can fly nearly 4,000 nautical miles. So that opens up a lot of opportunities for us. They're also readily available. Right now, if you want to purchase a brand new 737 MAX or A321, you're looking at anywhere between 6 to 8 years in wait time, whereas we want to be able to serve people today. And with this aircraft, we can do that." When speaking to Rob McWeeney myself on numerous occasions, we did understand that these aircraft were potentially in their plans, but later down the line. They see the 757s as a crucial part to the operations, but more so as a short-term fix to get them established. Of course, though, questions have arisen over whether or not the airline will be able to upkeep such old aircraft. That challenge remains to be seen, but with a maintenance base already set up, the airline executives do believe it's a challenge they should be able to complete. In addition, with the ambition to have the 757s flying through to the late 2020s, the maintenance will be incredibly important. However, profit margins will be razor thin, and honestly, flying so far away from their maintenance base has the potential to incur problems for these old aircraft if they go tech in, say, Australia or Asia. Let me know your thoughts on Northern Pacific's latest plans. Of course, they're intending to launch these flights in Q1 of 2023. The date has continued to slip, adjust, and nothing really firm has been set in stone. Thanks for watching, and a big thank you to Brilliant for sponsoring today's video. You can check out their deal in the description and or the pinned comment. And a massive thank you also extends out to all the cabin crew members. Do take care, and I will see you tomorrow for more aviation content.